Hi guys, this is Verda Mirza with Maharani Diaries, and today we are going to be making Lahori fish, which is a great fish recipe, especially for those who don't like fish. And fish, as you might know, is one of the best forms of meat your body can have, especially in cold weather. So what I have here is tilapia, but this recipe can be made almost with any fish that you like. You can try it with mahi-mahi, red snapper, or even salmon. But whatever fish you choose, do not get the frozen kind. Always get fresh fish from the meat counter at your grocery store. It's a little bit more expensive, but trust me, it's worth it. And if you don't like eating fish because it's smelly, you'll see a huge difference when you buy fresh. So what I have here is tilapia fillets, and I have gone ahead and removed the red centers. I have noticed that these red centers that you see here are the smelliest usually, and I have further cut them down into little rectangles. If you have little red pieces still sticking out, that's fine. Don't worry about them. But try not to make these rectangles too small because then they'll break when you fry them. I'm going to take a few lemons and I'm going to squeeze out the juice of lemons, so at least I have 5 tablespoons of juice. I'm going to add some minced garlic to it. About 2 teaspoons should be enough. Then I'm going to add about 3 or 4 teaspoons of red chili powder. Now, this is a recipe where you have to layer your spice and salt. So I am adding this spice, keeping in mind that there's more that I will have to add later on. And you can increase the amount of the chili powder or decrease it according to taste. Then once I have added all of these 3 ingredients together, I'm going to mix it into a smooth paste. It's just kind of like the one that you see on the screen here. And I'm going to go ahead and add some salt to taste. Again, I have to add salt later on too, so keep that in mind when you're making it. Don't add too much in this first step. Go ahead and mix it thoroughly. Then I'm going to take this paste and I'm going to coat my little fish rectangles with this paste nicely and gently. Make sure you're very thorough when you're doing this, and coat them on both sides. For better marination, what I've done is I have taken a small knife and delicately poked these fish rectangles that I have cut so that the marination can go a little bit deeper and it's better, more flavorful fish. Now for the batter, I'm going to go ahead and take a cup of gram flour, or besan if you want to call it in Hindi or Urdu. About a cup should be fine. And for I had originally about 2 pounds of tilapia, so a cup should be fine. Go ahead and add your chili powder to this flour as well, and again to taste. But it's important that you do add some in this step. I have added about 3 teaspoons. Go ahead and add salt to taste. Again, it is important that you add salt in this step also. Go ahead and mix it, and now I'm going to gradually add water because I want this to be turned into a smooth paste. So I'm going to add it gradually, and I'm going to turn my spoon in little swirls so that I don't accidentally add too much or accidentally add too little. Well, that would be fine if I added too little. I could always add more. But just make sure that the water pouring is gradual. Keep stirring it. The consistency should not be too thin or too thick. And here now you can see it's like gradually becoming into a paste. It has to be very smooth, no lumps. And you can see the consistency here. It's dripping, but not dripping too fast. And that's exactly what we want. So now go ahead and dip your fish pieces that you had been marinating and coat them on both sides so they look kind of like this, and the batter should stick. If your batter for some reason is not sticking, you can add a pinch of baking soda. I don't recommend it, but if it for some reason it's not sticking and it's sliding off the fish, then that's something you can do. Now take a regular sized nonstick frying pan and fill it halfway up with cooking oil. The oil should be hot enough so that when you add a drop of batter, the batter should swim up. It should not be screaming hot, because if you have a screaming hot pan with oil that is very hot also, you're going to burn the batter, but the fish is going to stay raw, and you don't want that. So gradually place the little fish pieces into the pan. And at this point, do it very gently so that your coating is not coming right off. Keep your stove heat on medium. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue to place the rest of my pieces here in the pan. After 2 to 3 minutes, you should be able to turn them, and you'll see that each side is golden brown. At this point, if you notice that the batter is not sticking on your fish, you can go ahead and enter baking soda and kind of try to rub it in with the mix of fish and batter. This is what your Lahori fish looks like at the end. Serve it with some rice, and voila.